Bitcoin can drop 50%. It can drop 50% from anywhere. From any point, you have to have the belief that Bitcoin can drop 50%. And even if it's at the bottom of the support of some model, it can still drop 50%. It's a highly volatile thing, which can drop 50%. Now, it also tends to, over time, go up a lot. It is a very high performing asset, right? But it's an asset that can drop 50%. So if you are leveraged 2 to 1, there is a non-zero probability that you are going to get completely and utterly wiped out, over time. You're playing with fire, and you shouldn't play with fire. What you should do is you should take some percentage of your net worth and just put it in Bitcoin and literally not touch it until that thing is 10x.
If you're leveraged, a 50% drop in Bitcoin can devastate your portfolio, so allocate only a portion of your wealth to it, hold on, and let the potential 10x gains unfold. That's the latest advice from Wall Street veteran and mathematician Fred Krueger. While Bitcoin is a high-performing asset, its extreme volatility cannot be overlooked. It has the potential to drop 50% at any time, which is why Krueger cautions against putting 100% of your wealth into it, no matter how bullish you might be. Krueger emphasizes the importance of balance, keeping cash reserves for opportunities, and having a plan for life's unpredictable event. Reckless overallocation can leave you vulnerable, even in the face of Bitcoin's long-term potential. A well-rounded strategy is essential to weather market swings and make the most of this revolutionary asset class. Stick around until the end of the video as Fred Krueger shares more on how to position yourself for Bitcoin's promising future while navigating its inherent risk.
Hi guys, hope to see you guys at Dubai Token 2049. We have exclusive 10% off the limited super early bird tickets. Click the link below. This pass will grant you access to speaking sessions, networking app, exhibition hall, daily networking drinks, and also included breakfast, lunch, and coffee breaks, all included the package. I love to see everyone there. Peace out.
Virtual is going to get you in trouble every single time in Bitcoin. Like everybody who blew up, they all blew up because of leverage, right? That's why they blew up. It took me a while to really understand A, Bitcoin, the value proposition, and B, how to play Bitcoin, which is you do not trade Bitcoin. And, I do think that the one thing that gets people is this leverage, and it's just completely unnecessary. I don't care how much big your stack is. You really do not need to borrow 2x on it. There's just no reason to do that, right? And it's pretty simple math. Bitcoin can drop 50%. it can, and people are like, well, it can't drop 50% from here because it can only drop 50%. Well, you don't know that. It can drop 50% from anywhere. From any point, you have to have the belief that Bitcoin can drop 50%. And even if it's at the bottom of the support of some model, it can still drop 50%. It's a highly volatile thing, which can drop 50%. So if something can drop 50%, now it also tends to, over time, go up a lot. It is a very high performing asset, right? But it's an asset that can drop 50%. So if you are leveraged 2 to 1, there is a non-zero probability that you are going to get completely and utterly wiped out, over time. And, it's amazing how many people didn't get that memo. Just over and over and over and over again. That, I'm going to dart in and out. I'm going to be smarter. I'm going to wait. Well, all these things may be true, but you're playing with fire, and you shouldn't play with fire. What you should do is you should take some percentage of your net worth and just put it in Bitcoin and literally not touch it until that thing is 10x. You should not have a situation where all of your money can get wiped out by some wick down. And you could say it'll never happen, but by definition, you need to compartmentalize things so that whatever you're doing, nothing can happen. And whatever you're saying is that black swan, we've lived through enough black swans now to know that black swans happen. And they happen not only with Bitcoin, they happen with finance. I mean, they happen all over the place, as a guy's been in finance, what did I see? I saw the October, 87 crash. I was there, I saw the Japan crash, right, in 1990. I was there, floor of Nomura Stock Exchange the day it crashed, the day it peaked. It didn't completely crash in one day, but so I saw the crash of the Japanese market very closely. The great financial crisis crash, saw that, was there, been there, done that, and so, and now you get all the crypto crashes, right? 2017 was there, that 2013, I wasn't big enough that it mattered. It was insignificant for me. But, and then 2022, been there, lived through the crash, right? So, I've been through all these crashes, and the learning is crashes happen. And so, do I think that there will be another crash in the next 5 years? 100%. There's going to be, we are living in a very unstable world, right? The financial world is unstable. $35 trillion in debt is 122% GDP is unstable. There's a lot of things that are unstable now with this world. So, holding Bitcoin and having leverage with it is unstable. So you have to allow for a lot of instability in this world. And I think it can be positive, right? It can work to your advantage. And that's why I would recommend people not be 100% in Bitcoin. Even if you're mega bullish on Bitcoin, you should be something like 60 or 70% invested in Bitcoin. That's it. You should never be beyond that, right? Never, ever, right? Why? Because if it totally crashes, you're going to want to pick some up. You want to have some dry gunpowder, right? Maybe you're going to be able to buy some crazy miner for, a third of the price of the mining equipment, I just think you need to have dry powder. And other, and also personal things can happen to you. You can get divorced, you can get a lawsuit, you can get hit by a car, a lot of things can happen to you. So, we're just living in especially now, we're living in a very uncertain time. And I think you need to plan accordingly. So, part of that comes with being a little older. I think I think one of the strengths that founders have who are, are in their 20s or in their 30s is they take these crazy risks, and they're not aware of how big a risk that they're taking, right? They're taking just this crazy risk, and they're betting everything on number 12, and number 12 comes up.
After ringing the New York Stock Exchange opening bell, Donald Trump shared his perspectives on the stock market, cryptocurrency, AI, and more during a CNBC interview with Jim Cramer. Trump expressed confidence in the U.S. economy and emphasized the importance of the nation taking the lead in cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence. He hinted at ambitious plans for crypto, including the possibility of a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Additionally, he underscored the urgency of resolving global conflicts, likely alluding to Ukraine-Russia and Israel-Hamas tensions, and mentioned strengthening relations with China. Trump also praised Elon Musk for Tesla's strong stock performance and revealed plans to meet with Jeff Bezos next week, following a recent meeting with Mark Zuckerberg. His remarks highlighted a forward-looking vision that integrates technology, diplomacy, and economic strength. Following this announcement, Bitcoin surged past its previous all-time high, climbing above $116,000. Now, let's return to Fred Krueger as he shares more valuable insight.
I definitely think that anybody who's thinking about the future and is not really factoring in that 10 years from now you're going to have quasi-sentient AI is very mistaken. Because I definitely think that it's moving so much faster than we ever expected. And look, ChatGPT is only 2 years old. So In 2 years, we went from, oh, this is like, there's some cute sort of images to this thing you really can't code without this thing now, right? I'm using ChatGPT more than I'm using Google now. I just use it for everything. Any question I have, I just ask ChatGPT. Any tech support question I have, interpretation, I give it a graph, interpret this graph, so.
You talk to it as well?
I don't do the talking part. But look, there's this notion right now that ChatGPT is somewhat hobbled, right? Because it can't kind of go out and it can't send emails. That's going to change pretty quick. It'll be able to, send emails directly. Like, great, send an email to all my family and friends on their birthday, right? The personal assistant part of AI. This is happening in the next couple of years. Like, since I got the 17-year-old, I'm very interested in, like, I'm sort of telling him, this is kind of the way I see your life, and that's like, do you want to be a coder? No, maybe not, but you better understand how AI is going to change whatever you end up doing, right? Because you're going to need to understand how to work with AI, and that's going to be critical.
As AI continues to transform industries, those who adapt and embrace it will thrive, while others risk being left behind. At the same time, Bitcoin remains the ultimate symbol of decentralization and financial innovation. Together, AI and Bitcoin are forging a future where technology and finance converge, unlocking incredible opportunities for those paying attention. The real question is, are you ready to keep up with these changes and seize the opportunities ahead? For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.